Look at this right here.
Oh yeah, we could fix that.
Fix that. Huh?
Just like that. I think that's how it came from the factory.
Yeah, that's how you fix it.
Welcome to Brown Barn Builds. We're gonna build them, we're gonna boost them, and we're gonna burn some rubber, baby. Woo! Yeah! We're back with another episode of Brown Barn Builds. I just wanted to show a couple things that I'm gonna be doing here. Number one, redoing these mirrors. Nothing crazy. Just gonna take these bolts off, or head bolts, whatever you call them. I forget what they're called. And replace those with some stainless ones. And then I'm just going to use old Reliable here, some Mother's aluminum polish, and give them a nice polish. This is one that is before. You kind of see not so great. Not so great. And then you go over here. And look at that. That's money, dude. And that's just one pass with that stuff. So I want to get these new bolts, clean that mirror up, do the other side, and then we're rocking and rolling. Let's get to it. All right, we're going to get all these taken off and get them replaced with some stainless new ones. And see how those look. All right, you can tell here, this hardware is so rusty and old. I am going to try to throw this on the wire wheel and see what happens. Maybe I can rejuvenate it and we don't have to buy any. I just took out what I needed. I'm going to get a count and I'm going to replace it all. That's the goal. Or I'm going to redo it. So let's get to it. All right, we just took a trip to Home Depot and got a bunch of new hardware. Check that out. All stainless. Make this thing look good. About $100 worth of hardware here. So let's get this on and see how she looks. Rock and roll. All right, so we almost have all the hardware on the door, or for the mirror, but the last two bolts are connected to a bracket that are inside the door. So I have to take this door panel off to get to them, which I have never taken this door panel off. And so it's going to be a little bit tricky, because there's bolts on the inside of this handle, which are super deep. It's almost deeper than a deep well. And I need a deep well socket for it. All right, so actually taking off that door panel wasn't too bad. All I had to do was pop two screws out that were on the handle, and it came right out. Now you can tell this little thing has seen better days. I'm going to try to salvage it. It is rough. Let me see what I can do, see if I can get these off. All this for some dang mirror bolts. Pretty crazy. All right, so ended up getting these bolts out. It was kind of a doozy. I had to recruit my dad out here to help me. I ended up using some vice grips on one side while he backed them out. So we got them out. There's some rib nuts. You can tell that this one is spinning still. I was able to get this one out. This one's being a little bit of a butt, but I'm going to try to get those out and then put in some new ones so I can put in some new hardware. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm about to put some rib nuts in this, but I want to get a little rundown on what exactly a rib nut is, in case you don't know. It's used for scenarios where you don't have access to the other side, or it's just more convenient than doing a nut and bolt. It's a little brass insert like this, threaded insert. You can get them all different sizes, metric, standard, whatever. And you stick it in the hole, but before you stick it in, you actually take one of these tools like this. They have different thread counts on here, so you get whatever size you need. This is a 1/4 and you thread this in like this, just like that, and then you put it in the hole, which I already put it in, so I'll show that in a sec, and then you just smash it down. I will waste one here just to show exactly what it does. So you have it like that, and then just imagine it's in the hole, and Bam, just like that, brother. And that little flange right there will hold it, and then you can just use it as a threaded insert. Pretty nice. I mean, this tool is not anything super expensive, and you can get them on Amazon or at Harbor Freight. They're great, but I'll show you exactly what I did here. So I got one in there just like that, pretty solid. And I will take this bolt, maybe, boom, works like a charm. Get the other one in and be rocking and rolling, brother. All right, maybe a little grinding wheel. Hopefully I have enough of a steady hand. I taped it off, 3 layers of tape. I don't know if it's going to protect it much from the grinding wheel, but we'll see. Rock and roll. That's all you can do. Should probably put on some safety glasses. All right, now we're safe. Dude, that might be money right there. Maybe some linemen's to squeeze it. There we go. All right, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I ground it down enough so when I broke it, the inside part will just fall, and then the outside will do whatever I want to do. But actually, I got the whole thing out. Dub. Sweet. All right, let's get the new one in. All right. Money. Look at that. It's like it just came off the showroom floor. Patina package. It's all right, I got the patina package. Sheesh. All right, moving on to the next side. Knock that out. We'll be done with this. On to the next thing. I will say one good tip when working on old cars. If you take something out like this, give it a good clean. Got some Mr. Sam's here, dude. Get this thing cleaned. If you have it off, like behind that handle, it's all filthy. Wipe it down. Wipe down the inside of the door. Get it taken care of while it's apart. Look at that. 5 minutes later, clean. Not even. I think that took me maybe 2 minutes. Wiped it down. Looks good. Did the handle trim. Ready to put it on the door. Oh, yeah. All right. Door card is back in. Ended up polishing that handle right there. Made it look a little better. I mean, it's behind the door handle, so you can't really see it, but looks good. Cleaned up the door card. We're rocking and rolling. It's the little things. Like I said, this truck, I am trying to make what is here nice. There's going to be some little new things here and there, but we're not trying to get too crazy. It's just the little things, like I've been saying. You know, not everything has to be brand new or look amazing. It's just little itty bitty things that make a truck look good. So on to the next mirror. Here's something funny. When I bought these bolts at Home Depot, they were out of the shorter ones, so I bought some that were a little bit longer. So I'm having to take them over to the bandsaw and cut them. But you know what? Wasn't that bad. So not that big of a deal. Instead of moping and groping about, oh, Home Depot ain't got the right size and I can't work on my truck because they don't have them in stock. Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And who's gonna know? Nobody. They're gonna look just fine. They're gonna work just fine. And I'm able to cut them in a way so they fed right on. Pretty easy. Whoa. I don't think I cut this one enough. It's hitting the top of the acorn nut, and that's what is making it too long. If it was a regular bolt, it worked just fine, but you gotta have the acorn nuts. You know what I mean? Just like that. Ah. Solid. Dub. Alright, so I'm super worried about these bolts. They are so rusty. I already sprayed some on there, but I'll just show. Blaster. PB Blast. This stuff is money, dude. If you got old, stinky bolt, maybe if I can get it, just throw some of that on there. Get it everywhere. You want to make sure you get everything. A lot of overspray. But yeah, I'm so worried putting a lot of torque on these, I'm going to break that glass, and that's just going to be completely frustrating. So we're going to let that sit for a little bit, and then we'll break those loose and get back to it. So yeah, this is a definition of working on an old truck right here. This bolt came out just fine. Rib nut did not spin compared to the other side. And this one, the whole rib nut just popped out. So I'll flatten that out with a hammer and then put a new rib nut in there, and hopefully she'll be good to go. All right, so these bolts are pretty loose, or tight, sorry. And I soaked them in PB Blaster, so we're gonna try. I tried doing it with a wrench and it wasn't working. Oh my God. That sucks, dude. I knew that was gonna happen. God dang it. It's not like I was tightening it either. Worst part is, I could have taken it off. God dang it. Well, you live and you learn. All right, got all the bolts in. The only thing I got to do now is, of course, fix that stupid glass, but I'll get that on the way and take care of that piece of cake. But, man, that looks a lot better. Looks really good. I'm really happy with it. All right, y'all, I got to show you something that is insane. Blew my mind, honestly. Yesterday, my tuner was here to help me get my car tuned, and I was showing him the truck, and I was like, yeah, it's got a manifold leak, so I'm going to have to pull the manifold off. And he's like, start it up, let me see. And this guy knows his shit. He's a smart guy. And so I started up, and I'll show what it sounded like before. And he's like, nope, this is the problem. Takes his finger and sticks it right here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but back there is a little plug, that rubber plug. Oh, right below my finger on the back there. That is what he put his finger on and immediately started to run better. I was so surprised on how well it ran. So I'm going to pull that plug out and show you guys how it ran before. Ran like a bucket of bolts, and then we'll put the plug on and show the comparison. All right, so this is the before. Pulling the plug off right there. And you see how she starts. Hopefully or starts it. So you can clearly hear that noise. Look, 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 look. Now I'm going to put the cap back on. It may still have a little bit of a leak. You can kind of hear it. So I'm going to get this thing on the lift and we're going to take a look at it and then we can get started on the wheels. Dude, we gotta take this thing for a rip. Just for a minute. I couldn't resist. I know I got work to do, but dude, come on. Said it's just a street tune for getting around. Well, you bring it out once you get the fuel flipped to E. Alright. Get a little pull, but nothing crazy. RPM shifts, maybe even 3,000, not even going maybe 60, and that thing, I could feel it wanting to break loose. Holy shit. This thing isn't even ready. He's like, you're gonna gain so much power. Ah! I can't wait. All right, we just got this thing up on the lift and it's leaking a little bit of oil, as you can tell. Actually, a lot of bit of oil, maybe some tranny fluid, maybe some power steering fluid. It's leaking a lot. We found a lot of rust, nothing too crazy. A lot of stuff right here, over here, back here. Nothing in the frame though. The frame's pretty solid, so that's great. What else? This, like I said, from the first video, I'm gonna have to fix that, plus the holes in the bed. Rear end's got a leak. Oh, quite a bit of things. But all prepared for all this, as I've seen the truck. As of right now, the only thing I want to get done, like I said, is redoing the wheels. Got some drop shackles on the way to level this thing out. And then my dad and I were talking, and I think we're gonna, maybe this fall or in a few months, we're gonna pull this cab off and fix all this because this is not good. Fix those. Other than that, short list. It's gonna be a lot different compared to working on that, but it should be a lot of fun. So let's just see how thick this oil is on this oil pan.
Bolts come from through the bottom of the cab.
Oh my gosh.
Body mounts. Warm.
Jeez,
Look at that power steering leak. God, that box is freaking leaking like a sieve. Look at this right here.
Oh yeah, we could fix that.
Fix that. Huh?
Just like that. I think that's how it came from the factory.
Yeah, that's how you fix it.
Might be a little rusty. Holy crap. Okay.
I hope it does. That'd be easier.
Yeah.
Not spinning. Is it dirty?
Might need to get that
Hammer?
hammer.
Oh, you put that shit away.
I got it. Snapped it.
It's not coming out. Atlanta.
The bolt is stuck in the socket.
I think we gotta leave a couple in so they don't fall, bro.
Would it be better than these two or take out these four?
Take out the 4. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's consistent anyway.
You punch that out?
Oh yeah.
3 out of 3 of the bolts getting stuck in the socket. It is the right socket. Four out of 4. They don't grab. There we go. Nice.
Okay, so you got 4 out of those? All right, take one of them out. I'll hold it. Gotta wait 50 pounds.
Nope.
It's good. Spacer or something.
Broke it. Every single one.
All right, hold this down. Hold that. Probably so much rust it'll hold itself.
Probably.
Go ahead. She's arrested. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Grab this because it's heavy.
That heavy?
Yeah.
God dang.
Went up 2 miles a gallon.
Weight reduction.
Yeah, here's this look. That's part of it.
Dude, that thing probably weighs 50
I
pounds.
think they tried to do a rubber insulator on there. Now they welded a nut to the plate so they didn't have to hold it up there so it didn't spin when they were talking.
Welded or rusted?
They welded them to the plate so they didn't have to hold them. Those farmers, man, they're innovative.
You got
America's engineers back in the day.
3 pieces, no, 4, 5 pieces of angle iron on that thing. Oh my God. Nice shoes.
I came out here for 5 minutes to help, and it's been an hour.
Here we are. All right, we were able to get that hitch off, get these mud flaps off, polish that up a little bit. Gonna paint that, but just a little bit of an improvement there.
Hey, bring my little ankle grinder.
Looks so much better. Less is more on this truck, I'm telling you. Finally, we're gonna be up on these wheels. I know, I've been saying that, but we keep getting distracted. Chips. All right, so as you can tell, progress has been made. It is not the wheels, which I'm dying to do, but I keep getting distracted with other things, but we're improving. Progress. We got the hitch off, we got the mud flaps off, clean up that tailpipe, but we're rocking and rolling. So, next thing, the wheels, I promise. Man, this thing is looking like a beast.